my awesome folks, and welcome back to part 7 of Pokemon Fire Red, the playthrough, the adventure, the awesomeness. But anyway, in this part, we're finishing up the SSN adventures as we went through last part, boarding the SSN and all that. But yeah, we're finishing up the SSN, I was gonna say Crusade, but that doesn't sound right in my mind. But anyway, how are you folks doing? As I always ask, I gotta ask how my folks doing. But anyway, how you doing, folks? I'm doing okay. Still recording pretty late throughout the night, but you know what? Whatever. It's just whatever. But I'm feeling pretty good right now. Just ate myself a grilled cheese sandwich. You can never go wrong with grilled cheese. I need to stop eating late at night, though. That's the heartburn. But anyway, yeah, I'm doing great, folks. We're still continuing our ventures in the SSN, as I stated twice now. In this part, we're pretty much going to be getting HM1 cut, and we're going to be fighting our rival for the third time. So, we're getting pretty much prepped for that. That's why this part is kind of short, because I just wanted to get the SSN adventures out of the way. So, let's do it. And next part, we're pretty much going to be tackling the, we're going to be going for our third gym badge. We're going to be tackling Lieutenant Surge and his electric Pokemon. Yeah. But, just me goofing off. But yeah, we're going to be doing that in the next part. So, grab some popcorn, grab some snacks. This part's going to be pretty short, as I stated before. So, let's just do it. Let's finish this off. But anyway, yeah, I'm still going through room for room, challenging all the other trainers to stand in my path. And Supersonic, as I told you before, is pretty much, it's an annoying move to me. Anyway, because I think a Pokemon has a 50% chance of damaging itself. I think that's what it is, so it's annoying. And also, if you go to every room and try to get every item, you're gonna endure in a fight one way or another. So, be prepared for that. And Stardust, I don't remember what I did with all the Stardust. I don't think you can use it. I think it's a move that's actually, you can sell it to the Pokemarts. It is kind of a way for me to keep saying that, but yeah, as I stated before, yeah, this guy tells you about the HM technique. Once you learn an HM move, you can't get rid of it. It's hard to get rid of it, first of all. You'll have to go to a person called the Move Deleter, which you won't be able to access until much later in the game. So be careful who you assign the HMs to, because once you do, you're going to be stuck with it for quite a while. So, be careful who you assign it to, as I just stated. So, choose wisely. But we got a gentleman with the Growlithe once more. I'm trying to level up my Pokemon as high as I can, because the next rival battle is going to be easy. But I'm pretty much just trying to go through the motion as far as with my Pokemon and stuff like that, because I'm giving it's the cool thing about Pokemon is that I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but the cool thing about Pokemon is that like whatever you can train weaker Pokemon. Like, okay, for instance, if I send out my Sparrow, if he's first in the party, then I withdraw him and send out my Charmeleon. Sparrow, since he was in the battle, he still gets some of the experience. He gets like half of it or something like that. And what I like about the third generation, and I'm not going to be able to get this until much later, almost pretty much in game, is that they have an item called the Experience Share. Basically what that is that you equip that item, and your Pokemon, whatever Pokemon you give that item to, don't even have to battle. All they can do is they can sit there, and you don't even have to call them out. So, let me give you an example. If I send out Mankey, and he does all the battling, not only will Mankey get some of the experience, but the Pokemon who didn't even battle will get some of the experience as well. So, it's kind of nifty for training weaker Pokemon. So, that's always a good thing to have. But, yeah, this this guy was just telling us about the Safari Zone, which we're going to get to much later, because we have to go through that anyway, and I'm kind of not really looking forward to the Safari Zone. It was a lot of places in this game that I kind of wasn't looking forward to, but I had to get through it anyway, you know. So there's our rival who just appeared out of fucking nowhere. He really did. He just looked like he just popped in. But yeah, he already giving us hints of where to find Pokemon, because he already has 40 of them, because he's really looking to complete that Pokédex, and I can give two shits about it. But yeah, and on his team, he has a Pidgeotto. He has the starter Pokemon, which is, I think it evolved into a War Turtle by now. And he has a Kadabra. But let me double check my sources just to make sure. Just give me a second here. Okay, so he has a Pidgeotto, which we're encountering right now, which I'm zapping the shit out of. He has a Raticate, he has a Kadabra, and he has a War Turtle. Depending on the Pokemon that you started off with. So, yeah, he has 4 Pokemon, and we pretty much got 4 Pokemon too. So, yeah, I'm bringing out Mankey because, as you know, Rattata, or Raticate, is a normal Pokemon, and normal Pokemon are weak to fighter Pokemon. Is Raticate or Rattata or whatever that hell that thing called, is this still a normal Pokemon in the later generations? Because I know they gave some of the normal Pokemon fairy types, which I really don't understand. I think I kind of read it about that before, but yeah, Kadabra is a good Pokemon. It's one of my favorite psychic Pokemons, actually, and I didn't know where to find it. And I wasn't really too concerned about looking for it, because I honestly forgot they were in this game. So, yeah, looking back on it now, man, I wish I would have had one. It would have been a great addition to the team, now that I'm thinking about it. If I do go to, eventually when I do go to Heart Soul, and Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I was going to say Heart Soul and Gold Giver. Eventually, when I do get to those games, I'm gonna make sure if Abra's in that game, and if it is in that game, I'm going to make sure that I capture one, because I really want him to my team. And we got so many Pokemon in that game to explore. It's gonna be bananas, because it's a 2nd generation remake using 4th generation graphics, so that game's kind of gonna be interesting as well eventually when we get to it. And when we get to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphires, hopefully I should have a Nintendo 3DS recorder by then, and we'll get to those games as well, so it's going to be a good time. So, you know, eventually you'll hear my opinion as we get to those games, so it's going to be also good fun. But yeah, we rub the captain's back and make him feel better. He gives us the Hidden Machine. That's what HM is. Hidden Machine. So we got the HM1, so we can use Cut outside of battle. So now that we actually have it, we'll be able to go into Lieutenant Surge's gym and challenge the gym leader. So we'll be able to finally freaking do that. And while I was doing all that talking, I didn't notice how fast we actually beat our rival. It was pretty quick, kind of pathetic, but yeah. I'm making my way towards theirs now. I'm pretty much gonna heal up first from this lady right here. I told you she's an excellent healer. But before I actually head out, there are a couple of trainers that I want to fight. I had to move the microphone up close, so if you heard a sound, do apologize. But yeah, there are a couple of trainers up deck that I actually can fight, and that I actually want to fight and get them out of the way. They're up on the upper deck. They don't have that many Pokemon. Well, it's the same Pokemon that we've seen for most hands from some of them, but you know, it was kind of a cool thing to show off at least. And no, I don't get seasick that easily. In real life, I don't. I've been on a boat once and I absolutely loved it as a kid, but some people, they can't stand the swaying motion of the boat, and I kind of don't blame them for that. So if they want, you know, motion sickness is justified either way. I do get car sick sometimes, so you know, it's just up to I don't know, it's just sometimes I get sick and sometimes I don't. But basically what I was trying to figure out is where to go next, because as I stated before, it's been some years since I actually played this game. Actually, to tell you folks something. D was helping me out during this game because he didn't even need a strategy guide because he knows this game like the back of his hand. But yep, once we get that, SSN leaves us. We're never gonna see that ship again. It's kind of sad actually, but you know, it was not much you can really do. And I thought that the SSN was gonna take us somewhere, but I was thinking obviously of Generation 3 because you have to be on a boat Generation 3 and it takes you somewhere, and by the time you finish doing what you're doing, you're at your next destination. But you know, I guess I got that mixed up with, but I forgot that the SSN actually leaves and you never see it again. But you don't really need to see it again after you get a certain HM, which I'll explain when we actually get it. But yep, I'm healing up my Pokemon because we're about to take on Lieutenant Surge, but not in this part. It's going to be next part, part 8. See you there.